Are you wondering if audiobooks count as real reading? I've talked to a lot of people and read a lot of books, both audio and regular, and doing some research, I've come to my own conclusions about this and want to share it with you. So let's get into it. Hey, I'm Adam with the Productivity Academy, and like I said in the introduction, I enjoy both audiobooks, physical books, articles, whatever that might be, but it's definitely been on my mind, and I've seen some discussions back and forth about, does audiobooks really count, or is it just kind of flowing and you don't retain it? But there is some definite information we can apply to this, some studies, as well as a couple other things. But first and foremost, I want to start with kind of this very simple, very basic thought experiment. Do you learn or retain any information when you listen to the radio or when you listened to a lecture in class? Of course you did, right? I'm not going to argue how much you did, how little you did. That is personal. Different people learn in different modes. And if you already know that audio works well for you, then this is case closed. You can probably, shouldn't say this, but you can skip the rest of the video. But if you're still on board with like, well, I do, sure, I learned, but I feel like maybe there's times that I could do things better, you're in with the majority of us. And like myself, you might want to take some steps to really improve retention and kind of long-term learning. Just like reading, if you're just listening, then this may not be as effective. Like if you're just reading a book and going through it as fast as possible without taking notes, summarizing, or otherwise interacting with it at all, you won't get the most out of it. Just same, if you're listening to an audiobook in order to get information or learn from it, right? So primarily nonfiction, then you should definitely be doing some things that you might do with a nonfiction book. Things like writing down your own summaries for sections or chapters, writing down questions you have or assumptions that the author asserts that you question, and then going and finding the answers to these. There's much more you can do. And if you're interested in learning more about this, you should definitely check out one of the really important and foundational books on this. It's Mortimer Adler's book, How to Read a Book. You can find that in the link above, and then I'll put that in the description as well. And to go a step further, you should check out Learning How to Learn course. Okay, this is by Professor, I believe it's Barbara Oakley. Apologize if I get the name wrong, but you can find the link again above, or I'll put that in the description, and that's free on Coursera. And goes into more depth on a lot of these and how this stuff works. One of these that I always go back to and remind myself is multiple studies have shown that interacting with material, whether it's a book, an article, audiobook, lectures, diagrams, whatever, in multiple ways helps cement the material much better than just consuming it, which kind of makes sense, right? And when I say interacting in multiple ways, it's summarizing your notes by hand, right? If you use ChatGPT to summarize something you listen to, you're not doing the summary. A lot of times we have to do the work or at least do the review. Something else might be using a tool like Readwise, where you are taking digital notes and then you're getting that review where they either through email or through the app, you're resurfacing these and reviewing a few of these every single day of these important highlights that you took. Perhaps it's drawing a diagram explaining maybe a process. And so just going through and doing this in different ways really, really helps you. So take some notes, write your thoughts about passages or chapters, write your summary for a chapter on a scrap of paper, an envelope, or maybe keep a book database in something like Notion or Obsidian or whatever it is. But again, the point is to work with the material in multiple modes. And to answer what I think was the main question of this video is yes, I definitely think that reading an audiobook counts as reading, and just like reading, if you want to get more from it, you need to interact with that material. So thanks for watching, and if you're not already subscribed, you can do that now, and also head to news.productivity.academy, and you can get my productivity focused newsletter every single week. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below. I'll get back to you.